go. Turn my camera around. There we go. There we go. Wouldn't let me turn my camera around on the previous screen. I'm like, what is your problem? What is your problem? Okay, let's see. I gotta adjust here. Hang on. Oh, oh, sorry. Got a Woobles ad plan. Woobles, go away. Woobles. They were loud too. Okay, let's see if I can zoom you in now. On the section I'm working on over there. I'm working on legs. Can you tell? I'm working on legs. Let me keep adjusting. Sorry, I'm going to raise this up. And then zoom again. Okay. There. How's that? There. I think you can see some legs. We got horsey legs. That's what we're working on right now. Actually, we only have a little bit of the horsey leg left, and then we got between the legs. That's what we're working on. Truly. All right, let's see. Do I have everything? We're on chat. All right. You can see what I'm doing. All right, we got that. Live chat, goal, top fans, people watching. All right, we're here. We're ready to rock and roll this. Let's do it. All right. So, hello to my friends who are visiting this evening. I am happy that you are here. So, who are my friends that are spending time with us? Sherry is here. Hello, Sherry. And Michelle and Linda and Dawn. Hello. Gina is here. Sue, hello. Kathy, hello. Let's see. Marion is here. Marion said something and then she decided not to say it. Oh, Cat's Gallery. Hello, Katie, Robin. Good evening, everyone. Jess is here. You are still in Illinois area, Marion? Are you having so much fun there? You just can't leave? I mean, what's going on? What is going on there? How much yarn did I buy? Not much. Hi, Joe. Joe's here. Patty. Hello, Patty. Happy you're here. Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Let's see. Who else? I'm certain other people will be coming along. All right. So let me get a color out here so I can get started. And then I want to talk about events and giveaways and things like that. Okay. So let's do that first. Let me get a color going here because I'm going to finish this section tonight and hopefully move on to another section. We're doing lots and lots of line blocking, so it goes pretty quick. Let's get it done. We got to move on. This will be the last section in this row, and that will be 2 rows completed. 2 rows completed. Got to get going. I got to get moving. Get moving on this thing. It's really pretty. Done all the blue and the purple snow at the bottom and stuff. It's super pretty. I really love the painting. I do. I love it. So, all right. Let's back up to Craftably. Last week in my live, Sue was like, did you ever give away your grand prize? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. Let me think about it. And as I thought about it, I was like, no, we did not. We were supposed to do that last week, and me and Kara and Brandy, all 3 of us, forgot all about it. It just was like, whoop, right over our heads. We didn't even think about it, honestly. I had started a new event. Brandy had started a new event. Kara, is Kara doing the event with Brandy? Okay, we'll give her that one. Anyhow, none of us really thought about it. It was crazy. So I've chatted with Brandy a couple times. Brandy was like, "Yeah, we got to get together. We'll get together and we'll figure out something this week," which was, this past week. Well, it hasn't come together yet, folks. It just hasn't. Brandy has been, well, she's out of town, um, doesn't have her computer with her. She is the keeper of all the spreadsheets. So I'm kind of like, I'm waiting for Brandy to get back home and get the spreadsheets all together for us so that we can pick our grand prize winner for the Craftably event. All right. So patience, please. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. All right. Okay. Now, fast forward to Christmas in July. Christmas in July is put together by myself, Brenda, and Angie. Brenda, Mama B, you all know that. Angie, the Craftnado, you guys know her. I think most of you do, anyhow. Um, so we got prizes organized. We know what we're giving away. Angie said she would do this first week's giveaway. Now, Brenda had been very graciously and very nicely doing a really good job of um, making a beautiful list of participants for us. Let me see who else has come in here. Hello, Sue Bell. You don't want to go home and pack up the house. Are you leaving your house? What's going on, Marion? What do you mean pack up your house? Did you sell it? Hello, John. Hello, Angela. Haven't seen Angela in a minute. Hello. Yes, Jess, they do. They all just start to go, Hello, Lynn. How's Lynn? Shannon's here. Peggy, hello. Karen, hello. All right. So she had a nice list going for us. And then Brenda had some health problems come up. Yeah. So then Angie said, well, I can just go and I'll write down the names. I'll just do a written list. And then Brenda came home and Brenda finished our list. And so yesterday, Angie and I talked during our crochet live. Oh my goodness, we'll talk about that in a second. So she's going to do the first week's giveaway. She's got a list. Brenda did a list. So there's 2 lists now. Everybody's got a list for that one. I don't have the list for that one, but they have the list. Well, I could have the list. Brenda sent me a copy of what she had. Anyhow, Angie is going to make a short video and tell everybody who the winner is, etc., etc. And then she's going to post the winner and she's going to post this video in the Facebook group in Diamond Moments and Crafts. Okay? So be looking for that. I don't think it's there yet. I have been gone today for most of the day. And I honestly haven't looked, but I don't think there's a video there yet. I think I would have gotten a notification or something, but look forward to that. Angie is doing that first week's giveaway. And let me say this, there are a lot of people that are participating in Christmas in July. I am so pleased with the participation. It's 60 some people. I'm like, woo, yeah. People wanted to do some Christmas stuff. And Christmas stuff you have done. Yes, you have. So I am super happy about that, super excited. Let me just refresh your memory in case you haven't heard what the prizes are. Okay, so for 3 weeks, each of us are going to be responsible for the giveaway. All right, and our prizes are a $25 gift card to Bees Gems Crafted, which is Brenda and Brittany's store, where they sell beautiful bracelets, cover minders, all made out of gems, stones, crystals, like this one, like this. I happen to be wearing one of their bracelets today. I hope you can see that. I can't tell because I can't see my screen. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, I had to scroll up. I have to scroll down to see the comments and then scroll up to see the actual video. So, oh, Marion said, I'll talk to you later. Okay. Yes, Brenda is home. She's doing better. She has some things she needs to do and, to take care of herself, and she will. All right. So, let's see. Going back to look at comments. Oh, Sue, Tuesday. Sue's mom passed away. Sue, we're all thinking of you. Jess could do Christmas stuff for years. Me too, Jess. Me too. All right. Oh, good. Shannon, Christmas ornaments. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, okay. She's like, they will not be what you and Angie did yesterday. No, right? That's okay, Angela. Just do small stuff. Just have fun with it. Have fun with it. Okay? That's the whole point. Have a good time with it. All right. So, $25 gift card to Brenda Shop. Then we have a $15 gift card to DP with Sparklers. Now that is for week 1, week 2, and week 3, right? We have both of those gift cards. So right there, you got 2 really nice gift cards to go get some stuff. And then each of us are going to send you some goodies. We're going to send you whatever we feel like sending, right? Whatever we have. If it's diamond paintings, I know Angie was talking about maybe cross stitch. It's up to each person what they're going to send as an addition to those gift cards for their prize. All right. So they're all going to be different. They're all going to be random things that we have that we want to send your way, paintings or other crafty things. You might get yarn from me. I don't know. I don't actually have my prize put together yet. So I don't know what it's going to be yet, to be honest. Then for the final week, for week 4, it's going to be a gift card and a gift card to Snap Crafters Cafe, which is Jenny's shop. So she's giving us a $20 gift card to her shop for our grand prize week. So prizes are pretty fun. I mean, they're pretty fun. Yeah. Definitely going to be surprise, grab baggy kinds of things. And, that's always a good time. Always a good time. So that's what's going on. All right. Everybody with it. Hopefully this week I'm aiming for Monday. Okay. That we have the Craftably prize settled and week 1 for Christmas in July. Okay? All right. That's my plan. All righty. Hello, Gail. How is Gail? That reminded me, I'm seeing you guys' flowers. I just got done going through memberships. I have to do that every month before I do my membership giveaway. I just looked through memberships. I verified everybody who's still a member or people who dropped or people who added, all of that stuff, because I'm getting ready to do June's membership prize giveaway. Hopefully I can do that soon. It's all put together and it's all sitting out on my kitchen table. I have a whole pile of stuff out there. It's all sitting on the table. But I needed to go through all of the members and check everybody off and make sure they're all members still before I go ahead and do the drawing. All right, so that's coming soon. I'm in one of those points in time where I have a million things to do, a million different things to get to. different videos to put out. And I mean, a big part of it right now is doing Christmas in July and doing a video like every 3 or 4 days. I think I'm on a 3-day loop, I think. So that is adding quite a bit. And then getting packages from, the people that I work with. Those have been rolling in. There's just a lot going on right now. There's a lot. Membership videos, all of that stuff. There's a lot going on. Whew, there's a lot going on. um, I know the surprises are so much fun. It's one of my favorite things to do, like when we go to like yarn stores and stuff, fiber festivals, whatever. If they have like mystery bags, I'm a sucker for the mystery bags. When it comes to yarn, now I'm not into like the mystery boxes, like Diamond Art Club did the mystery boxes. I'm not into those because I don't know. First of all, it's a price tag thing for me. That's a lot of money to spend on the mystery boxes to get stuff that you might not like. And I'm worried that I'm not going to get stuff I like in the mystery boxes. Because quite honestly, I'll be honest, there's a lot of paintings out there that are not my style. I don't care for them. And I don't want to spend, I don't even know how much money those boxes are, $150 or more, I don't know, and get paintings that I don't like. I just don't want to do it. So if I'm spending $25 or $30 on a bag of mystery yarn, that's a whole different thing. Yarn is yarn. Yarn can always be used for something, and the price point is what makes it okay for me. Yeah. You gave it all away, Angela said. She gave it all away. Yeah. So if I'm spending $30 for something that's mystery, I'm okay with that, but not big ticket stuff. Even like, I will say this, that last year I got a bunch of yarn advents. I think I got 4. This year I'm probably getting at least 4. I think I've already got 4, and there's one more I will get. They just keep popping up. They are so tempting because they're so fun. However, let me say this. With the advents, you don't know what you're getting. If you're watching Christmas in July, you know that I don't know what colors those yarns are going to be every day. I have no idea. But I do have a basic concept, a basic idea. Like there's always like a inspiration photo, a theme that's going to give you a general idea of what some of the colors will be. Not specific at all, just a general idea. And there's some out there that I'm just like, nope, I know I won't like that one. That's going to be too dark and moody colors. Nope, that one's not for me. Right? So I have a sense of what I might get without having specifics. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty particular when I pick out mystery stuff that I'm fairly confident it's going to be something I can use and I will like. And, yarn, it doesn't cost that much. So anyhow, that's my little spiel about mystery stuff. I am acquiring a painting from one of the boxes. I am. Someone is graciously going to send me one that it wasn't their cup of tea and they thought of me. They're going to send it to me. So I thought that was awfully sweet. And I'll tell you what it is, and I'll show it to you when I get it. We'll keep it a surprise until then. Okay? I'll just say that. I'll leave it there. um, but yeah, that's the deal. So hopefully Monday or Tuesday, we will have all of the prizes that we should have handled already handled. All right, that's my goal. I'm going to get these done, get it handled, and move on to the next week. That's my goal. That is my goal. Okay. I only do mystery paintings if I know what they are, Shannon. I have to know what they are, right? Hello, Bonnie from Texas. Hello, Kathy. You have a guess, Joe? You have a guess. You'd probably be, well, I don't know. How well do you know what was in the mystery boxes? I guess that's the question. How well do you know what paintings were in the last mystery boxes? Right? That's a question. If you know them well, then you might be able to guess. You might be able to guess. It's possible. All right. See, I'm almost done with this section, you guys. Almost done. I'm getting there. So today, let's start with yesterday. Yesterday, it rained. And it rained. And it rained some more. Today was forecasted to rain and rain and rain some more. Right? Well, today it didn't really rain. I think we missed the rain today. And it was even supposed to rain in Indiana, which is where we went today, is Indiana. It was supposed to rain there too. And it didn't rain. So it rained enough yesterday, though. Oh my goodness, it rained enough yesterday. That's all I got. You're guessing the autumn landscape. No, that is wrong. Nope, not that one. The farmer called Dale and asked Dale if he could come over and mow. One day last week it was, can you come over and work on the lawnmower? The lawnmower's not working. His daughter was there and his daughter was going to mow. Dale went over, fixed the lawnmower, and apparently she didn't mow. So now Dale is over there mowing. After we got back and it had not rained, it was sprinkling this morning. Did it sprinkle this morning? I think it did. I don't know. But he's over there mowing now at the home over there. I took a trip to Hobby Lobby. We got back a little bit before 5. It was 4:30. I can't remember what time we got home. But he took off to go mow, and I took off to go to Hobby Lobby. Why? Why, you might wonder, did I feel the need to go to Hobby Lobby? Well, I saw somebody, some little video somewhere about I saw two things. I saw dye lot clearance on yarn. So Hobby Lobby did a clearance about a month ago where they clearanced out yarns that they were discontinuing, just getting rid of the yarn. So they did a clearance for those. Then they tend to go back after a few weeks and do this dye lot clearance, which is where they go through every skein of yarn in the whole place and they pull out things that they only have like one of a dye lot. So they're clearing out dye lots that they don't have matches for anymore, right? Because people try to get their yarns, if there's a dye lot, they try to get them to match, right? So I went looking for dye lot clearance, and I also saw a video of somebody that was showing Christmas diamond paintings. So those were my two goals when I went to Hobby Lobby. The clearance yarn for the dye lots and Christmas diamond paintings. Well, guess what? Neither one of those things were there. Neither one. Okay? It was a complete fail. At least on those items, it was a complete fail. All right? I did find some other stuff though. And in my head, I knew they would have it. I didn't know if they still had it, but you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait. Okay? Yeah. Bye, Michelle. Art in the Park in Plymouth. Oh, that was probably fun. Jess, you know what? Um, don't mention them. Okay, Bonnie. Sorry, I already did. When I was checking out, they always ask you, did you find everything you're looking for? And I was like, well, no. I said, I really came looking for Christmas diamond paintings because I heard that they were here. And she's like, oh, well, yeah, I've sold a bunch of them. And I'm like, what? I said, I saw none, nothing. I have to move this. Let's move, 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 move. There. I saw none. And she said, oh, I've been selling them. And I'm like, really? I'm like, well, do you know where they were? Because I scoured the store. I went down one aisle. They have diamond paintings. Like diamond paintings they have in stock all the time. And then like the Christmas stuff or the seasonal stuff, let's call it seasonal, is usually like in the centers of the aisles, where they have things in the middle of the aisle. I looked everywhere. I found none. None. None on the Christmas. None. Do you want to guess what I did find, though? Guess what I did find. Go ahead. Guess what I did find. Yarn was 30% off this week. It's 30% off every other week. That's how Hobby Lobby does things. Every other week. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you had a friend show you some. Yeah. Mm. Kathy's Hobby Lobby has Christmas paintings. Nope, Jess, I did not partake on any 4th of July clearance. No. You did a video and sent it? I know. I've seen there's a Nutcracker painting. There's a couple of Santa paintings. I think there was like a small, like real small, almost like a little sign. Maybe said Merry Christmas or something. I don't know. Their Christmas paintings are by the wooden pieces. What do you mean wooden pieces? What wooden pieces are you talking about? They did not have any Christmas at my store. That's what I can tell you. There were none. I looked everywhere. I looked through the whole craft section. I looked everywhere. There weren't any. There were none. None, 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 none. And she said, well, we've sold a bunch of them. She said, maybe they're just out. I said, okay, well, maybe. She said, we'll be getting more for sure. And I'm like, okay, I'll be back. I'm not going back like anytime soon. I'm not like rushing over tomorrow or probably not any day next week. As I was leaving, I'm thinking, okay, I'll come back in August. I'm like, I'll be back in August. I'll just come back in August. Mm-hmm. They were on sale, though. Wooden pieces you would paint to put by your door. What? Wooden pieces you would paint to put by your door. I don't know what that means, Sue. Where they have their spring shop, because that's what these are, is spring shop. They're called spring shop. They are always on like the center four-sided things in the middle of the aisles. And they are on sale, Sue, because everything spring shop is on sale right now. Spring shop is on sale. If it says spring shop, it's on sale. So they would be, but they didn't have any. So anyhow, it is what it is. 30 days to come in and get your money back. See, and that's just the crazy thing. It's like, with Hobby Lobby, they have, they have certain items that are on sale every other week. Like one week, yarn will be on sale. One week, picture frames will be on sale. It just alternates back and forth. It drives me crazy. It really does. It's like, okay, if this is going to be 30% off next week, and the week, every other week, why don't we just make it 30% off like all the time? You know? And the fact that you can go in and get a price adjustment, why don't we just make it 30% off all the time? Why do we have to do all of this sale every other week job you do, I mean, it feels like a car dealership stuff to me, You never go pay full price for the car, right? You never pay full price. You go and you dicker and deal until you get a better price. It's all a marketing gimmick to trick people, to make you think, oh, I gotta wait. I gotta wait for the sale. It's gonna be on sale. It's gonna be on sale. No, ours were not down any long aisle. They were nowhere. Their diamond paintings are always spring shop, as far as I knew. The seasonal ones that come out always been spring. Okay, hang on. Hold on. Stay put. 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Hang on. Well, and now it's not. Okay, hang on. Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now they're making me out to be a fool. They're changing stuff on me. Now it doesn't say spring shop. Hang on. I gotta move my screen up so I can make sure you can see what I'm showing you. Come on. I'm way behind. Look. Now it says fall craft. It doesn't say spring shop on it, no. All the last ones I bought all said spring shop. Isn't that weird? Okay. So my guess is that the Christmassy ones now say Christmas craft, right? Christmas craft. But you can't check tomorrow. They're closed tomorrow. Closed on Sundays. Anyhow. No mushroom stuff. Nope. Yes, Sherry, it was with all the fall stuff. Yep. And they had aisles and aisles and aisles of fall stuff. They're always with like the kids' crafts. Kids' crafts. Right, Jess? Right. Studio Delight or Spring Shop. They're messing with us, Jess. They're messing with us. But that's just what they call. Okay, but Spring Shop is like a name brand for their store. It has nothing to do with spring. There was never a summer shop. No, there was not. I never saw any summer shop. Other items have spring shop on them. I don't know. And there was a sign when you walked in the door that was talking about spring shop items. I don't know. Maybe it was just for spring. I have no idea. I don't know. I guess I'm done trying to figure it out. I'm done. Done trying to figure it out. Right? When they're there, they're there. I don't know where I'll find them when they're there. I don't know what they'll be called. I don't know. I don't have a clue. Don't know. Anyhow, I found fall things. Yeah, I found fall items. No Christmas, just fall. I still don't know what wooden things you paint to go by your door Sue's talking about. I don't know what that would be. What wooden things do you paint to go by your door? I don't know. Can't even think what that would be. Anyhow, Hobby Lobby, oh Hobby Lobby. You know, the fact that none of their stuff is computerized, maybe if they, did their things on a computer, it might make things a little easier. I don't know. And the people there, they never really know. You can ask about when they're going to have a yarn sale, and they'll be like, I don't know. We heard it's coming, but we don't know when. They never know. It's crazy. It's just crazy. But I mean, my store has a lot of Christmas stuff, but they had a lot of Christmas crafts on those little four-sided things in the center of the aisles. They had a ton of Christmas craft stuff, just not diamond painting things. So, marketing ploy. Yes. Yes. Yep. Yeah, they probably won't have that this year, Jess, is my guess. They didn't have one last year. Last year, Joann's had the exclusive one. It was a Susan Wingate. It's usually Susan Wingate, right? Not always, but oftentimes there's a Susan Wingate. And last year, Joann's was the one that had it. Well, there's no Joann's now. So I don't know. My guess is we probably won't get an exclusive, hard to find, elusive, oh my gosh, let's hunt. The thrill of the hunt thing. There probably won't be one this year. Probably won't be one. So the four ways. Yes, Christmas stuff. Yep. That's where these always are, but yeah, I don't know. It's okay. I'm not in a big hurry. It's one of those things. It's as a YouTube creator, it's fun to be able to find things to just buy to show everybody. And if I could have found some Christmas ones, I was thinking if I found some cute Christmassy things, it could have been part of my giveaway for Christmas in July, but I didn't find any. I didn't find any. I got some cute fall stuff. Maybe I'll give fall stuff away. I don't know. Oh, I could probably find Christmas stuff. I will probably find Christmas stuff. Okay, so that brings me to another thing, and that this will be coming soon. This will be coming soon. It's recorded. It just needs to be edited and uploaded. And that is a sale. I'm having a sale. All right. It is mystery bags because we've talked about that. I've gone through all of my special drill diamond paintings, and I've come up with a box and a tote full that I'm going to get rid of. So Dale and I bundled up, I don't know, like 13 bundles the other day. I think it was 13. 4 paintings to a bundle, $20 a bundle. Okay? They're all special drills. And each bundle is varied. Like some of them, most of them have one Christmas painting in them. And then they might have flowers, birds, owls, some animal, dragonfly, butterfly. I mean, So they're mixed. They're definitely mixed. I did them once before where they were a theme, like these are all floral or these are all Christmas. But this time I did them as a variety pack, 4 to a bundle, $20. It's coming soon, coming soon. It'll be one day next week. Get ready. Then I have what I'm calling my $10 sale, a $10 sale. All right. Um, yeah, they had toolkits from DAC. They had some other things from DAC there as well, Kathy. No Diamond Art Club paintings. They don't have any of those, but they had some toolkits. Interesting, right? So I'm having a $10 sale. So it is different paintings that I'm selling for $10. Okay. Some of them I paid a lot more than $10 for. I will just say I paid more than $10 for. Some of them they're all bigger paintings. None of them are in boxes. They all were ones that came in a bag or something. But it's my $10 sale. So that will all go on at the same time. The $10 paintings and the $20 mystery bags. All right. So, like I said, one day next week, that video will come out. I did make it into a video. I opened up all the paintings. I think there's about 12 or 13 of them. I think there's 12 or 13. Angela's like, oh no. Oh no. I already sold somebody 4. Bundled up. That was 12 paintings. And oh my gosh, the way I did it this time, there's no toolkits. Okay, no toolkits. But the way I did it this time, I stacked them on top of each other and rolled them. And they make the neatest little packages, which is good for you guys because the shipping is going to be even less because the packages are so small. Because these packages go by the size of the package and the weight of the package. So they're just the cutest little things, but there are 4 special drill diamond paintings in each one of them. So you guys are going to get a good deal. You're going to get a good deal, okay? I know shipping on the 12 that I just shipped was $7. I mean, you can't beat that. $7. Now, she's not that far away from me. The further away from me you live, the more expensive it gets. Like when you start getting over to California, Washington, Texas isn't even horrible. Texas is a little more, but it's not horrible. But it's really California, Washington, Oregon, those states that are way over there. Those have some higher shipping. Let me tell you, higher shipping. Yes, Sherry. Yes. I saw, let me see. For fall, I saw one bigger picture, 2 of the smaller ones. They're like, I don't know, 6 by 9 inches maybe with a wooden frame. There was 2 of those. And then there was 1, 2, 3, 4 like special project things, a hanging thing, a wreath, a standing thing, stuff like that. And that's all I saw. I don't know if there was more than that. There were like 3 flat pieces and 4, that hung or went into a stand or something like that. But that was for fall. And I had to move boxes. There was so much stuff in the aisle for fall to still go up on the shelves. Had boxes and boxes and boxes in the aisles. and I had to move boxes to be able to get to what I wanted to see. I'm just like, I'll just move everything. I don't care. Right? I'll move stuff around. And I did. Anyhow, so that's coming. My $10 or $20 sale. I still have a large stack of paintings, bigger ones, to sell. I'll get to it. I will get to it. It's all a matter of time. It all takes time, right? So we'll get there. Oh boy. So vacation has begun. Vacation has begun. Yep. The kids are off with their dad for 2 weeks. Supposedly 2 weeks. If he brings them back early, well, Dale's just going to be like, oops, sorry, you told us we had 2 weeks off. We're busy. Today, he was like, we need to go somewhere. We really need to go somewhere. Take a trip someplace, a short trip. He said, I am going stir crazy being at home. That I want to go somewhere. I'm like, okay, where do you want to go? He goes, I don't know. I don't care. I just want to go somewhere. I'm like, okay. He said, you've gone to some retreats. And I'm like, but we went someplace. I know we went somewhere. Like in 2024, I think we went someplace. He's like, where'd we go? And I'm like, I couldn't think of where we went. But I'm like, I know we went somewhere. Didn't we go somewhere? There we go. Well, the small little framed ones count for smashing the specials. Let me think about it, Sherry. Let me think about it. Are there special drills in those? I don't even know. Texas I thought we went to Gatlinburg, Joe. I thought we went to Gatlinburg like in 2024. Texas was a few years ago. We've gone to Gatlinburg since then. I thought in 2024 we did go to Gatlinburg. I'm almost positive we did, right? Almost positive. I thought they might, Sherry. So then, yes, for sure, those will be able to count. I was thinking, they're a special project if they're on that little frame like that. So I was about to say yes anyhow. But now that they have crystals in them or rhinestones, then it's for sure a yes. All right? For sure, that would be a yes. They're cute. They are cute. Did you get both of them, Sherry? Yes. Yes, Joe. It was. It was. We did the retreat in May, and then we went to Gatlinburg. If I could get in my phone, I could check pictures and stuff and see when we went to Gatlinburg, but I believe that is correct. I know we went someplace. He seems to feel that I'm the only one that's gone anywhere, that he hasn't gone anyplace. And I'm like, no, that's not true. No. Who saw my picture I posted today on my community page where we went today? Today was just a short little trip. It's an hour and a half down to Indiana. And it literally was an hour and a half, like on the nose to get there. So we went down to a yarn store in Indiana to meet Marcy and her husband, Alex, from Bad Sheep Yarn. Yeah. So if you don't know yarny stuff, people will do, like the hand dyers will do things called like a trunk show where they have a bunch of their yarn at the store and, you know, they are there. They're there at the show. Not always. Sometimes trunk shows, the people that dye the yarn aren't necessarily right there. But Marcy and her husband, they plan these trunk shows and then they fly to the store and they hang out for the day. And I got to meet them. It was so fun. I was so excited. I was totally like this fangirl, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to meet Marcy. I'm going to meet Marcy. After watching her for 2.5 years or whatnot on her lives on Thursdays, crocheting a project for her, which, I'm certain they're going to be taking that to their fiber festival they're doing in August, because it was a sample for that. I'm just like, it was so exciting to be able to go and meet them and talk with them and, that kind of stuff. It was really funny. It was really funny. We got there about 12, just a few minutes before 12. The store had opened at 10. And it was quite busy at first, apparently, because they brought a special colorway, a special color yarn, just for this show. Kendallville, I think. Yeah. Kendallville, Indiana. So they made a special colorway and they had sold most of it. They had sold most of it by the time we got there at noon. So it had only been like 2 hours and they had sold most of it. But why did I tell you that? I forget why I was even telling you about the special color. I don't remember why I was telling you that. I don't know. I forget. Anyhow, the store has a lot of bad sheep yarn in stock. They have quite an inventory of their yarn. I got to see some of the yarn that I'd wanted to see because they always look a little different in person than they do online. Dale was asking me, he's like, so don't they have some of this like around us anywhere? And I'm like, no, none of the stores in our area carry their yarn. I said, I would love it if they did. He said, well, why don't you try to get them to have it? And I said, well, my local store, she hand dyes her own yarn. I don't think she'd be interested in having another hand dyer's yarn. But there is a store, the one in East Lansing. I'm kind of going, hey, maybe I could talk to them and say, hey, you should try this person's yarn. You can order some. You don't have to commit, to like 70 different colorways or anything. But anyhow, so we got there and I kind of looked around a little bit and it was quite busy still. There was a group of people for sure that was standing there talking with Marcy and her husband. And I just didn't want to interrupt or anything. So I just kind of walked around and looked at things. And Marcy looked over and she looked at me and she said, oh, that's such a pretty top. And it's my top that I made out of their yarn. Of course, I had to wear it, And I said, thank you. And then I just waited until she was done with those people. And I was off talking to the store owner and some other people and whatnot. And all of a sudden, Marcy looks over and she goes, it's Mindy. I hadn't even had a chance to tell her. Somehow, somebody figured it out. She figured it out. Alex figured it out. Somebody figured it out. And then she knew who I was before I could even like walk up to her and say, hi, it's Mindy. But it was kind of cute. And then the first thing I say to her is, oh my goodness. Well, not the first thing, but I was like, man, you know what? You're a lot taller than I thought you would be. And she just laughed and she's like, I know, so many people say that. I said, yeah, we always see you sitting at a desk in front of your camera. Nobody can tell how tall you are, She's not that tall. She's about 5'7", 5'8". So she's a good 2 to 3 inches taller than me. But anyhow, she's super adorable. She's just the cutest thing. So it was fun to go and meet her and talk and. And we talked for quite a while. And then it wasn't very busy. There weren't very many people there at that point. So we could just talk. And Dale's talking to Alex, her husband. And, it was fun. We just hung out there. We were there for like an hour and a half. Yeah, an hour and a half, I think. But it was fun. Super, super fun. Um, she's one of those people that I know I could joke with. You know what I mean? I could joke with her for sure. Like I was talking about, oh my gosh, if you don't watch the Crochet Lives, yesterday was one for the record. Let me tell you, because we decided for the month of July we were going to work on Christmas things, and we're just going to do little Christmas projects. Like we decided we were going to make ugly Christmas sweaters, little tiny itty bitty ugly Christmas sweaters. Okay, how hard can it be? How hard could it be? Mm-hmm. Extremely hard. Extremely hard. For this silly little sweater that's smaller than my tray. The sweater it's smaller than this tray. It was the most complicated, confusing thing. We ended up changing the pattern. We could not figure out what she was doing. We just ended up kind of making it up as we went, sort of made it. It was horrible. It was just horrible. Um, my little sweater looks like it has some major shoulder pads going on, like really poofed up shoulders. I don't know why. I ran out of one of my little colors because I was just trying to use up some of my leftover little balls from like my advents from last year. I got little tiny balls. They're not going to do much, but I thought for these little projects, that would be fine. I'd have enough for those. Nope, I ran out of one of my purple colors. So my sweater has two different sleeves. My sleeves are different. It was crazy. Shannon, it's the I'd have to go look at any other patterns of hers to decide if that's true or not, but I don't know. If you don't crochet, it won't make any sense. So I'm not even going to get into it, but it was just bizarre. Bizarre. So hopefully next week goes better because next week we're making a granny square. We're just making a granny square. How can we mess that up, right? So we're going to make a granny square that's going to be turned into a Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. Granny square Christmas tree. And we need some twine and a cinnamon stick. I was telling Marcy and Alex the story about this, because Marcy said, I didn't know you did like YouTube stuff until one day Alex said, I think this is Mindy, that, one of our customers. And they came to a live one day. I was flabbergasted the day that they were on the crochet live. And I was like, I got nervous all of a sudden. I was like, oh my gosh, Marcy's here, you know? But I said, oh yeah. And I told her my story about YouTube and, how I got started and all that kind of stuff. But I was telling her the story about making this stupid little sweater, And then I said, but next week we're just making a Christmas tree. We're making a Christmas tree. It's a granny square, and you fold it a certain way, and you stick a stick up it. You just stick a stick up it. Oh goodness, that's what we're gonna do next week. Oh goodness, it was funny. It was probably more funny than I know. Jokes are always more funny in person than when you retell them, right? All right, Gina, take that man on a vacation. I know. We're gonna go somewhere. We're going to go somewhere. I don't know where. We have to figure out things like who's going to take care of 2 dogs, 3 cats, 5 chickens, and 17 ducks, right? What did we do when we went to Gatlinburg? What did we do? What did we do? How did we do that? Um, I, it might have been longer ago than that. Because it seems like we haven't gone anywhere since we've had the cat. I'm going to have to go back and look. I don't remember having to deal with cats. I don't know. But that's a lot of animals. That's a lot of animals that need tending to, you know? And I don't know how we're going to do that. That's part of the reason Dale doesn't want to get any more chickens. He says he's done with chickens. When they're done, they're done, they're gone. I mean, the cats aren't going anywhere for quite a while. They're around for a while. They're a year old. I mean, they're not going anywhere for a good many years, you know? So, I don't know. The dogs, I mean, my dogs are 15 and a half. I mean, I'm not going to say it out loud, but you know. But they're still here. They still need somebody to watch them. I know that we've had Josh stay here before, but he can't do that now. I know everybody's going, Josh, Josh. I mean, he can't do that now because, he's got his job, which is an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes away from us. He's an hour and 20 minutes away. There's no way I can ask him to, stay here, go to work an hour and 20 minutes away. That just, no, that won't work. Unless we just go someplace for a weekend. If we did a weekend, well, Josh works on Friday night. I don't know. I don't have this figured out in my head yet. And I think that's why we haven't gone anywhere. We got all these critters to take care of. Lots and lots of critters, you know? So, Gina. Mm-hmm. So we were thinking about that. Now, how would that work? We don't know. If we went now, if we went now, she doesn't have kids, right? She doesn't have kids. Now, she wouldn't come stay here. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know how that would work. I'm thinking if we could even get like a weekend, just a weekend even, that would be easier for somebody to take care of all those animals. But I don't know. We got to work it out. We got some discussing to do. How about the farmer? How about the farmer? Don't you think the farmer could come over and take care of our chickens and our ducks at least? I mean, and I would. I've taken the dogs to Josh's house before. He has watched the dogs at his house before. But now we got 2 dogs and 3 cats. I don't know about and he's got a cat. His cat and my dogs are fine together. But I think his cat and my cats, we tried that. We tried that once. Anybody remember that story? When he moved in here for a couple of weeks in between, it wasn't even a couple weeks. It was, how long was it? It wasn't that long. Before the house was ready for them. Was it like less than a week? I don't know. I think it was less than a week. And his cat, Milo, and our cats, they were not seeing eye to eye. They were not getting along very good. So I would hate to do that to any of the cats. I don't know. What we need is we need some young person that wants, there you go, buy a camper, take the cats and dogs with us. Yes, there you go. We need some young person that would just come stay here, right? I don't know anybody, Shannon. Um, Although Dale has talked to my Shannon about they had a high school student watch their animals and stuff when they went to Disney. Remember a while back they went to Disney because Jackson got the Make a Wish thing, and they went to Disney for like almost a week. Was it a week? Pretty close to a week, I think. And they had this. It's a friend of theirs. It's their daughter, and they all have they have animals. They have chickens and goats and horses and stuff. And so she's a farm kid. So we've talked to her about that. We've talked to Shannon about it. Maybe that's a possibility. I mean, it's summer. Now would be the time to do it. She wouldn't be in school. She wouldn't be in school, right? And she just kind of came and stayed at their house and took care of everything. But yet she lives really close to. That's an idea. We got to check into that. See if she's. I don't even know her name or anything. I've never met her. I've met her dad a couple of times because he's helped Shannon like transport a horse or something that needed. Oh, like when the horses came over here and stayed in the pasture over here, he's the one who trailered them for them. Brought the horse over and then picked the horse up and took it back home, that kind of thing. So now would have been the perfect time to find somebody too, because this week has been the county fair. The county fair was this week. We could have gone over there and tried to find us somebody to come stay here. Oh, that must be nice, Kathy. Takes care of everything and cleans the house. Oh, Karen. See, that's what I need. I need somebody like that. A huge litter box and a timed feeder, and the cats would be good. Did she go to the fair? Yeah, we were going to try to get to the fair. We never did make it over to the fair. I don't know what came up. Well, yesterday it just rained and it was miserable. Wednesday was, get this, Wednesday was get in free senior day and it rained all day. So Dale and I were both like, no, no. Who wants to go to the fair in the rain, right? Today we were busy in Indiana, so it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Back in the day, I knew all kinds of 4-H kids. You know, my kids were 4-H kids. Now all the kids that I would have known are all grown up now and like getting married and having kids and you know all that jazz. Yeah. Yep. Oh, good. She placed third. Nice. Cows and pigs. One thing that those are animals I am not familiar with. We never had cows or pigs. No. Your timed feeder works good for 5 days of feeding. Well, I mean, my cats are pretty spoiled, you know. And my cats love to go outside. That would be the hard part, is that they love to go outside. Trying to keep them indoors, you know, for days and days at a time. I don't know. I think they'd all go stir crazy. They'd probably tear my house apart. You know, I'd probably come home to half my belongings destroyed. But I don't know. And rabbits and chickens. Wow, she does it all. She does it all. we will talk. We will talk and see if we can figure something out. Like I said, I'd be happy for like a weekend. It seems like a weekend would be manageable, you know? If we got the farmer to come over, the chickens and the ducks could honestly, if we're only gone for a couple days, they could stay in. They could stay in. They would just need some food, you know? They would just need to be fed and they could stay in for a few days. They'd be fine. We've done that before. The dogs, I mean, they need to go out. Poor Toffee, she needs to go out 75 times a day, you know? She's got a bladder the size of a pea, apparently. She's old. She can't hold it. But I don't know how that would work. Well, we'll try to figure something out. The man wants a break. Okay, I get it. I do know how to get a hold of you. She doesn't. Oh, that would be cool, Karen. All right. I will get a hold of you. I will talk with Dale and we will uh we will chat. So how is everybody's Christmas in July stuff coming along? I've looked through a little bit. I haven't had much time to like look through everything and see everybody's stuff, but I know there's a lot of you. There's a lot of people doing some stuff. Oh, she's 18. She's older. Oh, okay. All right. I'll let Dale know we have a possibility there. Yeah, I don't think we've gone anywhere since we had the cats. I'm pretty sure we haven't. It might have been the year before that we went to Gatlinburg. Now that I'm thinking about it, I just got all quiet. I got all quiet. I'm like, did I run out of things to say? I must have run out of things to talk about. I don't know. Well, as you can tell, this is not a huge painting, but I'm running behind. I'll just say I'm running behind. I'm not getting as much done as I should. No, but I have finished a sweater, a crocheted sweater. I finished one, and I finally have a solution for my other sweater. How I'm going to finish it because I am running out of colors to finish the sleeves. So I'm like, how am I going to make this work? How am I going to make this work? I have a solution. And I took the sweater with me today when we went to Indiana because, it's always nice to have somebody else look at your project with you, talk through some ideas, see what they think about your ideas, your solutions. And my idea I came up with, they were actually like, yeah, that would be fine. So my sleeves are going to be a bit different from the body of the sweater. They're still going to have the same colors, but they're going to have an additional color in that because I couldn't make my stripes wide enough because I don't have enough of the yarns. I thought the yardage wise was going to be fine, but no, just no. It's not working. It's not working. So I'm right, Karen. I'm like, you're right. My brain's gone, hmm. Well, gosh darn it, Marion. How come you're not up here in Michigan? Right? Oh, goodness, Karen. Karen read her book assignment. Vampires are not my thing either. I don't read about vampires, but we're reading about vampires, right? Vampires and vampire killers, the lessers that are trying to eliminate the vampires. But the lessers aren't very nice people. It's very interesting. I don't know. It's very interesting. 1 year ago, you have one titled Gatlinburg Travel Vlog. Where were my cats? Where were my cats? If we had the cats, they would have been just like a few months old. I don't know who had the cats then. Did Josh stay here? He might have. He might have. I don't know. No, we got the cats in May. We got the cats in May. That I know. That I know. So I have to ask Josh. Josh, did you stay at my house when we had the cats? Where was his cat? Did he bring his cat here? No, I don't remember that. His cat was here when he was here with his girlfriend while they were waiting for the house to be ready to move into and all of his stuff. I remember that. I don't remember him staying here any other time, though. I don't know. See what happens? Josh stayed at our place. I know he did one time before, like quite a while ago. I don't know. Hi, Deborah. Beth was more than happy. Beth. Oh, Sherry Beth. Oh, you're talking about the book, Beth. Right? Oh, goodness. You know, the farmer friend has like let the chickens out and fed them before. God, that's been years now that he's done that. Back when we had Chuck, because I remember him, he was like, yeah, so that rooster kind of got a little, uppity there. I'm like, oh gosh. Yep. That would be Chuck. Part of getting old, your mind, your memory, your memory fades. You just don't remember things like you used to. You don't remember things like you used to. Now I have to do research. And that's the good thing about having some of my stuff on YouTube, because I can go back and I can find it there, you know? Like, oh yeah. Now, it used to be I would keep my calendars, like my paper calendars, Good night, Angela. Um, so my paper calendars, I could always go back and use as a reference to remember what I had done. But I don't think I kept last year's calendar. I think I got rid of it. I used to keep them. There's a reason I used to keep them. See, I should continue that practice. Keep the calendars. Don't get rid of them from year to year. It's how you remember things. Well, if Joe found a Gatlinburg vlog a year ago, then, and you know what else? Here's the other thing we can do. We can go into our timeshare and see the last time that we reserved and went someplace. It's all in our records. We can do that. So, but I don't remember what we did. If we had the cats, how we handled that. Josh must have stayed here. All I can come up with. Because he was still living close by and working here. Yes, 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 yes. He was working at the appliance rental place in town. He was working there. I remember it's coming back. It's coming back. Because I was like, oh, yeah, you'll be close. You'll be really close to work, closer than his trailer. Yeah, he stayed here and he went to work and we left him food. I remember that now. And he loved it because he was like, man, that's a breeze. He said, it's less than like 10 minutes. I said, I know, it's close. We must have had the cats. We must have. It's coming back. I have a feeling we weren't letting the cats outside at that time because they would have been young. They would have been really young. They would have only been a few months old. And I don't think they were really going outdoors. And I'm certain they didn't go outdoors when he was here, if he was watching them. He must have brought his cat over, though. Milo must have stayed here at the time. I'll have to ask Josh, did you and Milo stay and babysit? I feel like it's coming together, that it was last year. Anyhow, well, I might have to be getting a hold of Karen for a new sitter, a new pet sitter, because Josh just won't be available. That won't work. Unfortunately, he's too far away. I don't like him being far away. I know some people, their kids are much farther away than that, but I don't like it. Don't like it. When I went to lunch with my friends last week, one of my friends has two sons. One lives in New Mexico, and that one has two children. So, for her to see her grandkids, she has to go to New Mexico. And they don't come here very often because, they have jobs and they work and they, that kind of stuff. So she goes to New Mexico. And her other son moved to North Carolina. And I'm like, oh my gosh, North Carolina and New Mexico. They're on opposite sides of the country, right? I would not be happy. I would not be happy. And seeing as how I don't fly, it'd be terrible. It would just be terrible. No. Josh is far enough away. He can't go any further than he is. I will not allow it. Will not allow it. An hour and 20 minutes, I can handle. I can handle. And, I've actually seen him fairly regularly since he's moved to the Flint area. But he comes here sometimes. We've had birthday parties. Actually, we're going to see them. We're going to see each other next week because it's his birthday and it's Devin's birthday. So it's another birthday celebration thing. So he'll be here for that. He came down, last weekend to hang out with his friend, which that was nice. So, I am seeing him fairly regularly. I've only been up there to the new apartment once. And he's come here the other times. So, anyhow. But he can't go any further. No further. Yeah, that's what Joe said. That it says it was a year ago. I'm just still trying to piece together how we managed all that with all the animals and who took care of them, and had to have been Josh because I am remembering he stayed here when he was working at the rental place in town. He was here. He was here. And I would not like it either, Shannon. I would not like it. Especially if they have kids. I mean, my friend, whose son is in New Mexico with two cute little kids. I mean, we don't get to see our grandkids. Two of our grandkids. We don't get to see them because they're in Texas, you know? So we don't see them like hardly ever. We went down there one time and they come here sometimes. His mother has only seen them when they come to town because they've never gone to Texas. His mom hasn't. We went the one time. I mean, we could go again. It's not, it was, and we've talked about it. If we go again, we would go and we would like rent a hotel or something versus staying with them because, just because, it was fine staying with them, but it felt like, not that we were, it wasn't like we felt like we were intruding on their space or anything because they both took time off from work. They were off work when we were there. We felt like we kind of had to do everything that they were doing, or like they planned our whole stay for us. You know what I mean? And we understood they wanted us to see where they live and what they do and where they work and the things that they love in their area and all of that. But Dale and I just kind of felt like we wanted to have a little more freedom to roam, you know what I mean? And just go off on our own a little more. So, like when they come to Michigan, of course, they have to spend time with us, with his mom, with her mom, with their friends that live in the area. They're constantly, we see them once. I mean, we might get together once while they're here for a few hours. And that's all we see of them when they're here in Michigan because they're going and visiting with everybody that they know. And so we don't really get to see them much at all when they're here. Right. That's when we went to Texas. Was very early spring. I think we went to Texas in March, I believe, was when we went. I mean, I wouldn't go any later in the year than that. I truly hope that there is no more of this purple color anywhere because this is all I have left of it. I hope there's no more. Otherwise, we shall not have enough. I mean, the purple all does seem to be down here at the bottom in the snow, so I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that this will work. I mean, you know how that is when you go spend time with somebody? I mean, and you just kind of feel like you're kind of tied to them the whole time, you know? Now, his son is always asking um, his sister, you know, when you come into Texas. She's got 3 children. Um, who knows when she's going to make it to Texas, you know? Dale thought about it for about 30 seconds the other day that maybe she could go with us to Texas. And then he thought, no, I don't think so. It was like, it was in his brain and it was out of his brain in like 30 seconds. He's like, I don't think that would be a good idea. No, I don't think that would be a good idea. Right? No. um, Joe that's in the book club, Joe Atwood. I had lunch with her when I went to Texas because when we were at Texas, here's one of those things, one of those trips that his son had planned that they were going to go to the rocket place and the over by Galveston. Help me out. Somebody help me out. Um, Planned a trip there. Well, it's a long way. It was like, I think it was at least 2 hours in the car to get there, 2 hours back. It was a long drive just to get there. And I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go there. So Kara met us. Kara met us, yes, over in Houston. Yes, over in Houston. Kara met us there and picked me up, and I took off with Kara for a few hours while they were at the Space Center. I think is it Cape Canaveral? I don't Houston, or is it the Houston Space? I don't know what it is. I don't know. All I know is I didn't want to go. So Kara comes and picks me up, and her and I took off, and we went to lunch with Joe. We met Joe for lunch. And then Kara and I went to an Ollie's. That was fun. And found those books that you can diamond paint the covers. That was interesting. So here's Kara and I hanging out at Ollie's. And when they got done at the Space Center, they came and found me at Ollie's. It seems like Kara and I went someplace else too besides Ollie's, but I don't remember now. I do remember Ollie's though. That was fun. So I hung out with her for a while, so I didn't have to go to the Space Center. Right, Cape Canaveral is in Florida, NASA. I think it's just the Houston Space Center. I don't know. What is it? I don't remember. I didn't go, so but it was one of those things that his son wanted to do, and since Grandpa was there, and they wanted to take the boys, and they went, and yeah, Mindy's like, oh goodness, no, goodness, no, 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 just no, save me, Kara, save me, and Kara's not too far from there. I mean, it was still a little drive for her to get over there. It's not like anything in Texas is close, you know? Nothing in Texas is close. They're all like, 7,000 miles apart in Texas, but Mission Control. No. What is the name of the place? I can't look because my phone is tied up. I can't look. I'll look it up and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's it. That was what it was. Nobody from Houston here? Come on. You Houston people. Who's from Houston? What is the Space Center? But yeah, we like to have a little more independence. That's the nice way to put it. We like to have a little more independence to go places and do things that we want to do and, not feel like we have to go every place with them and eat every meal with them and go out to eat with them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, well, I just realized how late it is. I ran out of things to talk about until you guys got me going again. Yeah, got me going again. Come on. All I want is 4 of these. These are ABs I'm messing with now. And they're not wanting to stick really good. This is the only place these little blue ABs are, is right down here along the bottom of this. There's some blue ABs. And there's not very many of them. And what's my other color? A yellow? Orange. I don't know where the orange go. I have no idea, but there's not very many of those either. And those are the only special drills in this painting. That's it. That's it, folks. That's all there are. I swear I needed another one of those somewhere. I know there's a whole nother row there, but I thought I needed like one over here. I guess not. I guess not. Think I can finish this tonight? Tell me yes. We're just having leftovers for dinner. Yeah. Space Center, the Houston Space Center. Yes, that's what I think it is. Yes, Houston Space Center. And it was like 2.5 hours to get there. I mean, you gotta remember, we drove from Michigan to Texas, which was, it took us 2 days. I mean, we spent the night on the way, you know. Last thing we wanted to do was drive 2.5 hours to go to a space center. But Dale did it. You know, Mindy did not. Mindy said, peace out. Not doing it. Nope. That's what it is. The Houston Space Center. I don't even know what they did there. I didn't even really ask too much about it. Just like, did you have fun? Okay, good, cool. Good. Did you have fun? I had a blast. But went to lunch with Joe Atwood. Yep. All right, folks, I'm going to let you go. And I'm going to go pull some stuff out of the refrigerator. We have leftover tuna noodle casserole. And we have leftover chile. So one of us is going to have chile and one of us is going to have tuna noodle. Or maybe we both have a little of each. I don't know. But time to get food out of the refrigerator and start heating it up. All right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Look forward to all that good stuff I was telling you about. Yep. All right. I will see everybody soon. Bye, you guys.